know. So I've seen a lot of YouTube videos and of people like when they first stand on a skateboard is stand by a pole and use the pole to stand on the skateboard for the first time. I kind of disagree with that because you could fall and hit your head on the pole. So this is the way I'm going to show you how to stand on the skateboard for the first time if you've never have done it before. And it's in the grass. So point to the grass. It's in the grass. It's right here. The best spot to start how to learn how to stand on the skateboard. Skate Tutors. I would say the best place to start off is in the grass. And you gotta always remember when you're getting on a skateboard to keep your arms out in case you fall down, especially when you're first getting on one. You wanna learn how to like step on one and step off one without falling. So basically when you get on it, you wanna keep your arms out like this. Find your balance. So when you get on it, you're sturdy and you're confident and you're not gonna just fall off of it. And that's why you start off in the grass so the board doesn't fly out from under you. It still can, but there's a lot more traction, so it makes it harder for it to do that. We'll talk about that when we get to the pavement. So I'm gonna go over a regular stance, guys. So my idea of teaching somebody how to skateboard is if they never rode a board, it was to put the board down and get both feet on either side of the board. Left foot on the left side, right foot on the right side. It really doesn't matter for goofy or regular, but I'm gonna be going over regular skateboarding because I'm a regular skateboarder, but I also talk about the goofy stance as I go along too, because the goofy stance is just opposite of the regular stance. So basically, the goofy stance is the opposite of the regular stance. So my idea is to get the left foot on the left side, the right foot on the right side, and if you're regular, I want you to pick up your left foot and put it on the nose of the board because it's like pushing. That's the first foot you put on the left foot forward, and if it was goofy, it would be the opposite. It would be on the right foot, on the front bolts, right there on the front bolts. 4 bolts. We're going to talk about regular, so it's going to be the left foot first. And once you get that left foot up, I want you to feel your balance and get used to it. Don't put this foot up yet. But basically, this is what you want to do before you go and start riding the board or start pushing. This is the basic stance. So I want to get used to this, so I might as well get used to this at first because it's how you push regularly on a skateboard. So you got your left foot on the front 4 bolts and you got it sturdy there, and you just get used to this. And then you want to put pressure on your left foot, and then you pick up your back right foot and slowly put it back on the back bolts and turn your feet perpendicular with the skateboard. Keep your arms out. That's how you get on the board. If you need to jump off, jump off. If you need to step off, I would recommend stepping off. So once you get on the board, you can either fall on the left side or fall on the right side. If you can't find your balance, you just jump off. So you either jump off this way, like that, or even like this. And then if you go up to the front, just take this left foot down, right foot down. Or either way, you can either do your right foot off, left foot off. I would recommend taking the right foot off first because it's going to be the foot you're going to be pushing with. Put it down, turn that foot like that, if you can. And if you're just goofy, it's opposite. You're skating the opposite way. But we're not going to confuse you guys, so we're just going to go over regular, and everything's opposite for goofy. Because more people are regular, so we're focused on regular right now. For goofy, it's pretty much the opposite of everything we're doing. Another really awesome step you can do in the grass after you learn how to stand on it is you can actually just practice pushing. So you can put your left foot back on the front, where the front 4 bolts are, with the toes just over the wheels here, just right where the wheels are. And you could just pretend to push like this. Just kind of take this foot and kind of push it back like that on the grass. Don't mess up your nice shoes, of course. Like my nice shoes, I'm messing up. And you can just pretend like you're pushing. You can do it like a fake push and then just put your foot back up on the board and lean forward. Pretend you're going, because you're going to be going forward. Your momentum's going forward, so you want to fall forward 90% this way over your left shoulder again. There, do a fake pretend push, put that foot back on, turn them, find your balance, keep your arms out, lean forward 90% this way. So yeah, it's opposite for goofy skaters. So you pick up that right foot, get it on the front 4 bolts, and you get your weight transition on this when you step up, but make sure you put this foot back on the back bolts. Always want to keep your arms out, just pick up your back foot, turn your feet, and keep your balance. Step off anyway. Your left foot on the board, and when you go to put your right foot on the board, make sure you put it on the bolts, the back 4 bolts like that, and be perpendicular, and you keep your front foot up to the front bolts. And you keep your arms out and stay balanced. You'll feel the weight shift from your heels and your toes. Like basically I would talk about pushing. So you could even do more than one. You could do like one of these. You could just pretend and like kind of, but that's hard to find your balance. So just practice stepping on and off your board mainly. Next step, I'm going to show you how to ride the board on pavement. So it's a lot different because you're going to be moving. So basically guys, I want you to practice this a lot. I would probably do it like 20 to 50 times, like 3 times a day if you could. If you're first starting out and you don't really know what you're doing, if you have good balance, maybe it takes you less time. But it's all about small steps in skateboarding. You want to get good fast, but you got to take your time and put in the work, because it's like anything else, you put in the work. So guys, make sure that you get used to this, because they're going to be on pavement and it's going to be a lot less friction and a lot more fun. But you got to get this down first, and then we're going to focus on pavement. But basically there's a lot of YouTube videos that show you how to stand on the board. They want you to put your right foot on it first. That's like why I like to teach people how to put the non-pushing foot first on the skateboard by the front 4 bolts, because it's on the board more than your pushing foot when you think about it, because your pushing foot is pushing the pavement, your non-pushing foot is on the skateboard, controlling the skateboard while the other foot is pushing. Alright, and then the next episode we're going to go over like standing on the board. Standing on the board pushing, because you want to get so good at pushing. The little tip for the next episode is you want to get so good at pushing. You can even practice in the grass, where you want your non-pushing foot, regular would be your left foot on the front bolts. You want it as if your shoulders are perpendicular with the skateboard, because this is the direction you're skating when you're pushing. And you want to almost be able to balance it with one foot. You can even practice this. This will help you a lot with pushing, because you want to be able to push. It's almost like you're balancing one foot when you're pushing. But then again, for goofy skaters, I want you to practice this too, with balancing on one foot on the grass, because it helps you with pushing. Because this is the way you're a goofy skater, you're skating with your right shoulder forward, so you want to practice on one foot this way, balance it out like this, because this is the way you're pushing. And with your goofy, your right shoulder is leading the way, and you're leading that way 90%. Get used to turning your body also. Also get used to turning your body when you step on the board. It's all about transitioning your feet to perpendicular with the bolts and finding your balance, keeping your arms out. It's all about turning your feet. It's your legs, ankles, and feet all together. People think skating's all about your feet, foot position, and your legs and your knees. It's not. It's actually your ankles is a huge part of it too. It's also upper torso, everything, your arms, your hands. Honestly, you use your whole body when you skate. But a lot of it's with your ankles when you're flipping the board and pushing. So remember that. It's all a lot with your ankles balance, practice over time. But get ready for the next episode, guys. Make sure you smash like. We'll get on the pavement. The dog's ready too.